In the last video, we went through the men's lineup for the Strom Cup, which is coming up this Sunday on the 26th of February in GSP Gym down in Galway. If you didn't catch that video, catch it up the top there. But today we're going to look at the women's lineup. Now, I am very excited about the men's competition. However, I'm nearly more excited about the women's competition here because all of the athletes are very equally matched. As far as I know, there's been no withdrawals, so we're going to get straight into the athletes and then afterwards we'll do a little bit of a prediction. Keep in mind there are spectator tickets available for this competition from GSP Promotions. I'll put the link in the description below. If you can't make it on the day, we'll have a full free live stream on the YouTube channel, so make sure click that subscription button, click the notification bell, and you definitely won't miss it. So first up, let's look at Kayla Mann from down in Galway. Now, Kayla's a very well-known figure in the sport here in Ireland. She's one of the real driving forces behind the increase in popularity of Strongwomen here. But she's also been a consistent performer for the last 3 or 4 years in Strongwomen. She's pretty much every competition she goes to, she's at least on the podium, if not winning the competition. She's over at the UK Naturals, UK Strongest Woman. Last year, she came third. In the Cerberus Cup, which is the old name for the same competition, the Strom Cup, she came first in 2021. So she's a winner of this competition previously. She knows what it takes. She's got the experience behind her. She also trains at GSP Gym, and Matty Costello is her coach. So she's got one of the best trainers, one of the best training facilities in Ireland. You can definitely see that in the results that she's getting. I know she's been working really hard on her deadlift lately. Her overhead pressing has always been very strong. She's the joint holder of the Natural Federation's axle press at 75 kg. Very strong overhead. The deadlift is incredibly strong. I think before that was one that was a little bit letting her down. Not particularly, but it wasn't on the same level as her overhead pressing. It's definitely been pushed up now. I think her progression has been really strong to a point now where there's not any glaring weaknesses. If you look at all of the events that are coming up, there's not really one that you'd look going, oh, that's going to be a struggle or anything. I think all of the events are comfortable for her at this stage. Now, I'm sure some of the other athletes will have something to say about making it uncomfortable for her, but I think that she's definitely looking at that first place and thinking, I could definitely get that again this year. She's coming into this competition fit and healthy. The training looks like it's been on point. Judging by the videos, looks like it's going really well for her. There's a slight little niggle with a hip injury that seems to keep coming back for her, but it's one of those things I think she's learned to work around. It doesn't seem to be hampering her, and I definitely don't think it's going to cause her any problems on the day. Next up, we've got Gail McCummesky from Armagh. Now, Gail has had a busy couple of years in Strongwoman. She's trained by Matty Costello. She's got the INSF Masters deadlift record, the Masters log press record, and she's also got the open log press record in that association. So already, 2 of the events that are coming up are a deadlift and a log ladder, and she's got records in a log press and a deadlift. So she's definitely going to be very comfortable with the events that are coming up. She's got a host of wins under her belt already. Ireland's Strongest Woman in 2021 in the under 82 kg. She went to Ireland's Strongest Woman last year, 2022, and came third. She was first in the UK Naturals Strongest Woman in the Masters category last year as well. She'd be winning all over the place. And again, when you look at the numbers, this is the really exciting thing, is that numbers are very similar to Kayla's. Kayla's deadlift 185, Gail's is 175. But then you switch it over for the overhead, where Kayla's is 75 kg and Gail's is 85 kg. So very evenly matched here. And this is what we love to see, where the athletes are all on a similar sort of pegging, so nobody's out ahead. And you'll see that with all of the competitors here at this competition. Gail will be coming into this, I feel, fairly confident of achieving that first place, or that she can achieve that first place. All depends on the day, but I think she'll be feeling like that's well within her grasp. Next, we've got Thor from down in Longford. Again, trained by Matty Costello. Seems Matty trains all of the strong women in Ireland, apparently. And it's going to be really tough for him on competition day because who does he cheer for? He'll have to just sit in the office and just stay quiet. But Jade's had an incredible start to her Strongwoman career. She's only been in the sport for a little over a year now. And keep that in mind because she's already Ireland's strongest woman at under 82 kg category. In the under 82 as well, she won Fit Expo in 2022 and she got invited and went over to the OSGs in Florida. Now, like I say, already invited to the OSGs in her first year in the sport. So she's had a really successful 2022. I feel like 2023, judging by the training, is probably going to be the same. It's looking fairly good. She's only 28 years old, so she's coming into her prime in Strongwoman as well. Now, Jade's huge strength is in the deadlift, where she's got a deadlift of 210 kg, which for an under 82 kg competitor is hugely impressive. Her overhead press, I know she'd be thinking to herself, is one that she's still working on, but she makes up for it in those pulling events. Her pressing at the moment is 65 kg, her overhead press, which is a little bit less than some of the other competitors. But like I say, on the moving events and on those deadlift, the pulling events, she makes up for it. So a lot of the top athletes will have the really strong events and they'll have some of those weaker events. The key to it is that you minimize the amount of points you drop on your weaker events. We all, pretty much all, have weak events. We just have to minimize the damage that we sustain or we get hit with on those weaker events and then make up the points on the strong ones. And I think that's what she's always been doing and it's working for her so far. So if you look at the events that we've got, deadlift, again, I think she'll probably win that. I think she'd be disappointed if she doesn't. She's got the strongest deadlift there. The deadlift is one of those that if you're not on form on the day, you might not even get anywhere near your max. However, I definitely think she's the favourite for that event. You do have the log ladder, which she'll be quick on, but the weights, we'll have to wait and see how she gets on with that. I think that will be one. She might drop a couple of points on that one. You've got a couple of moving events in there. I think she'll do well on those. And then interestingly, we've got sandbag to shoulder. Now, sandbag to shoulder is one of Jade's favourite exercises. So I think she'll be strong on that. I think she'll feel quite confident going into this. Like I said, the log ladder will be the one event where she'll go, I just have to do as well as possible on that one. Everything else I have a chance of winning. Lastly, we've got two dark horses coming into the competition that we don't know a huge amount about, which is actually adds quite a lot of excitement for me because I think it's great in the competition to have a couple of people in there that you don't exactly know what level they're at or what they're going to be able to do, because you never know. Someone comes in and they can completely upset the apple cart, do something spectacular on the day that you're not expecting. The first one is Marcella Maloney, and she's from Offaly, completely new to Strongwoman. Like, she's never done a competition before, been lifting weights for about a year now, but this will be the first time actually competing. From the numbers I'm seeing, the overhead press is very, very strong. She's at 60 kg. Her deadlift is really progressing well, 160 kg. But with any of these competitions that you go into, some people, when they're training, will train very close to their competition weight. So if they do 160 in the gym, they'll do 160 at the competition. Some people will do 160 in the gym and won't be able to do that at competition. They might be able to do 150. There's also those people that will do 160 in the gym, go to a competition, push it right to the limit and add another 10% onto what they're able to do, more or less, whatever. But they will be able to lift a lot more on competition day. The adrenaline will be pumping, the excitement kicks in, and it can happen for an athlete. So just because her deadlift is a little bit lower than some of the others, I wouldn't put that down or write her off or anything like that. Now, saying that, 160 kg deadlift for someone that's just entering the sport is very, very impressive. And the overhead is already within touching distance of the other competitors. So it'll be exciting to see what happens. Now, I think Marcella coming into this will be looking at, won't even be looking at placings, won't be looking at podiums, anything like that. She'll be looking at experience. She'll be going, right, what can I learn from this? What knowledge can I gain that will help me for the next competition? I think that will be the main target. But saying that, wouldn't discount her. I'd keep her in mind, because I think after just such a short period of training, the numbers are looking really good. And then we've got Laurie Maggio, who's from France. She's coming over especially for the competition. She's France's strongest woman in the under 73 category. So already, if you're a winner of a competition like that, you're already a very, very strong athlete and at a very, very high level. Now, keep in mind, she's at the under 73 kg category, so that's the max body weight she'll be at. Most of the other competitors in this will be at under 82 or at a higher body weight than that. So she is at a little bit of a disadvantage on that. You will see that, I believe, more in the static events. The body weight can come into it quite a bit. Moving events, that's where she might pick up some points. But like I say, this is a tough one for me because I've never seen her compete. I haven't seen any training videos, so complete dark horse. I don't know what's going to happen with Laurie. She could be first, she could be fifth. I have no idea. I know, great profile. For a under 73 kg, and this for any athlete this is impressive, but definitely for an under 73 kg, her overhead press is 75 kg. So already she is pushing those other competitors on the overhead press for the max weight. So the log ladder that's going to be going on, I think she'll be very, very strong on that. The deadlift, she's going to struggle on. Again, it's, for me, I imagine it's going to be the body weight that's going to go against her. Her current max is around the 130 kg. Mass moves mass at the end of the day in most cases. So if you're a smaller athlete, you're going to struggle on some of those static moves compared to some of the bigger competitors. However, like I said before, it's about minimising the damage and then making up the points on the other events. So she will be looking at that log ladder, going, I could definitely steal the win on that event. And then some of the moving events I think she'd be quick on. So just to recap, we've got three athletes, Gail, Kayla and Jade, who are all very equally matched. That's going to be an incredible battle to watch. Then you've also got two dark horses that are coming in that we don't know what they're going to be able to do. So this is why the women's competition at this Strom Cup is going to be really exciting. And it's definitely going to make the next part a little bit tougher, which is the prediction. I'm only going to give you who I think the winner is going to be. Number one, because top three I think is going to be too hard anyway, but also because there's a smaller amount of competitors, just 5 in this category. So I feel like just giving the prediction for first is probably the best thing. It's a pretty tough one, and I would not be surprised if I'm wrong on the day, because looking at these athletes, any of them could win this. But my gut tells me that Gail is going to be winning this. I think she's had such a fantastic 2022. She's a very, very level-headed competitor. She has represented Scotland in rugby, so she's been on the sporting circuit at a top level for such a long time that I think that experience is going to come through, and I just think she's a consistent performer across all of the events. So that's why I'm going to go with Gail. Again, it is going to be a close one, and if you're not coming on the day, like I said, the spectator tickets available. Come and see the competition. It's going to be an epic one. If you can't, click on over to the YouTube channel and catch the live stream, which is completely free, so don't miss out on it. Let me know in the comments, who do you think is going to come in on that first place? If you want, throw in your second and third, so the whole podium, and we'll see how you do on the day, how close you get. Please guys, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.